2013 hits, and then the unthinkable happens. Not just one school closes, but several.
As far as we know, it's the biggest mass closing in U.S. history.
By and large, these closures affected black children. 88%, 89% of that 13,000 kids that were affected were African American.
I felt 2013 was some of the most disgusting political agenda that hurt black people that I had ever personally seen. There were parents who said, if you do this, children are going to suffer, and they still did it.
When you think about closing the school, it's almost like it's the community closed.
When a school closes, it's not just the school that closes. I mean, many times a school is an anchor, right, for a community.
And what was specifically traumatizing was the process of closure. It felt like a government that was here to squash you.
Those school closures to date still impact folks as if it was yesterday, and that was 10 years ago.
What we kind of came away from after this investigation was that this was very clearly a failure.
How can a young person in this community feel good about their community if they walk by a closed school for 10 years?
School buildings are important pieces to the story of development for a community.
It's not like there was a lineup of projects and proposals for what to do with abandoned schools, and all of our community organizations were willing to take on the task.
Well, this has happened in other states. People are repurposing schools. With community leading the process, it can happen here.
If we start to work together and think about what we have rather than what we don't have, I believe that we have the ability to do some really great things.
Yes, this is a great loss to our community, like so many other things. But how do we turn this loss into an actual win?
Why shouldn't we be bold? Why shouldn't we be ambitious? Wasn't redlining bold? Wasn't, restricted covenants bold? Wasn't it bold to close 50 schools? These moves, these decisions, they've been bold decisions made by people in power. So obviously community needs to be bold as well in order to reclaim what is ours.
And once they start believing it, there's nothing, the project's gonna happen because no one will be able to rest until it does.
I think it's gonna be one of the most impactful things that we probably have done in the last 50 years. And that's what this project represents for me. It represents making the impossible possible.